Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play called Four-Letter Word, with your host, Fallenwolf. Ow! So, this is a brand new Let's Play, as I just said. This will be an interesting one to play. Right off the bat, the music's getting me. I'm getting a little emotional already, and we just started. But, yeah, so anyway, I don't know too much about this. Basically a person in a server made this. Now this has been in development for a few years, as from the information that I got. It was actually on hiatus for about 4 years, from what I heard, and was recently brought back. The developer is back working on this. If you would like to support this, please, in the information down below. The information is all there. It is also based off a online comic book. I do believe it was said that it's not required to play this, but it would help understand some things. I am brand new to this. I did not read the comic book. This is me going in all new. I'm really excited to play this. It looks like something very interesting. I really always am. I am always a huge fan of playing these kind of, visual novels that have very mature stories, and I write a lot of stuff to do with love, and I love the concept of love itself. There's many forms of love, romantic relationship-wise. Even in romantic relationships, there's many forms of love, and it's an interesting topic that I feel everybody can relate to in some form or another. But we're going to start a new game. Choose your game mode. Standard 4-letter word. Okay. I believe this is it. Oh, god damn it. Colby! You've got some explaining to do. Oh, hey, Asher. Don't hey Asher me. You know what you did. I haven't the slightest idea. Oh, come on, really? Okay, level with me here. Did you or did you not replace my shampoo with a bottle of lube? Alright, we just started this and already. Oh, man. What? Colby. Okay, calm down, big guy. You keep making a fuss like that and your fur's gonna turn gray. My fur's always been gray. I'm a gray wolf. Details. Anyway, it wasn't me, but I can guess who did it. Oh, this should be good. Well, last night, Jordan. Right, Jordan! So, Jordan was over last night, and we were both a little drunk. Just a little drunk. We had trouble finding lube, so we had the bright idea to grab some kind of bath product instead. And you thought this was a good idea. Okay, we were really drunk. You didn't actually... Of course not. Well, we might have if we didn't end up finding lube after all. I guess in his, compromised state, he must have tried to put your shampoo back, but grabbed the wrong bottle. And I'm supposed to buy that? Well, that was the hope. I'm not gonna let you off the hook. You're making dinner tonight. Pasta's already boiling. You saw that coming? Well, that sure as hell is a sign that we've been living together for way too long. Yeah, that's my roommate for you. We didn't always used to be this way. Oh, don't get me wrong, we're great friends now, but, well, we used to be something else. I'm not even sure what I'd call it, but in the end I messed it all up. Oh, who am I? Sorry about that, Oh, we get to choose our character. Okay. So we've got Colby Anders, species Red Fox, age 24, occupation adult film star. A boy from a small town on the West Coast. When he graduated from high school, he took the opportunity to move east to Clearmont to get a fresh start. And we've got Asher Copeland, species Gray Wolf, age 25, occupation sound designer. A city boy with a good heart. Although he seemed to have his life together, he struggles with the one thing he's missing. Huh. Since we were already... I'm gonna go with Asher first. I'm gonna go with Asher. Because I love wolves, you know that. Oh, who am I? Sorry about that. I'm Asher, naturally. The stuff with Colby, that was my fault. A more confident person, a normal person, would have created such an awkward situation. We were more than friends, I knew that. Colby knew that. I just wasn't prepared to face the reality of the situation, and when it came up on me unexpectedly, I choked. Things were rough for a while, and I thought I might have lost him for good. But I'm as lucky as I am stupid, and we've been able to stay friends at the very least. I should have learned something from all that, but I did mention the stupid part, right? I feel like maybe something's boiling under the surface, and the same thing might happen again. Only this time, Colby might really be gone. I just don't have the courage to face it. Oh, this is okay. Friday, November. Okay, this is interesting. I'm already interested in. It's interesting to see a story like this where it's like a people that have already been a couple, and it gets it's kind of like, are they gonna reconcile or not? Urza, one of the busiest restaurants downtown. If I had arrived just an hour earlier, I would have found the place bustling with activity. I could almost imagine the din of the vibrant conversations and the sounds of silverware clanking together, echoing like some kind of haunting phantasm lingering over this desiccated corpse of an evening's night out. All right, wordsmith, calm it down there. Calm it down, Co. Wordsmith over here. That's what the restaurant always felt like when it was this vacant. An empty shell of its former self, dying and resurrecting on a nightly basis. But I wasn't here looking for a meal. I saw a familiar face, busy working at counting money and closing out the till. Excuse me. I'm sorry, sir, but the kitchen's closed and we aren't seating anyone at the moment. I'm not looking for a seat. Oh, Asher, I'm dreadfully sorry. I didn't realize it was you. Hi, Cece. Don't worry about it. Didn't mean to startle you. I'm just here to talk to the chef. Of course, I'll go get him. I didn't have to wait long. Troy was one of my oldest and best friends, and in all the years we've known each other, he never kept me waiting. He was always there for me, and I was always there for him. We were like brothers in every way except for blood. Well. Has a stray dog come by to beg for table scraps again? Come on, I'm not a starving college kid anymore. I can afford to buy my own food these days. He might not have been an executive chef back then, but while I was in college, Troy was working hard in the kitchen, rising through the ranks. He was always quick to learn anything when he set his mind to it, but even I was surprised at how hard he worked and how fast the promotions came in. I can't remember if there was ever a time where it seemed obvious that this was what he wanted to do, but back during a time when I was taking summer school and night classes for extra credit to prepare for a career, Troy was already starting his. We didn't get to spend as much time together in high school because he put in a lot of hours as a dishwasher at Urza. The chef taught him how to prepare staff meals, and the rest is history. Even though he had a lot of talent for it, I always suspected that those staff meals were what really cemented his place in the restaurant, but not because of how good he was at it. I knew Troy had an estranged relationship with his dad who disappeared while we were kids, and while my family tried to make him feel welcome in ours, I don't think it was until then that he felt like he had one. He never would talk much about himself, but I could imagine it. Oh my gosh, these words, oh boy. The commandeer of the team he worked with, a team where he could feel a sense of belonging, solidifying over sitting down with a warm meal while everyone traded stories and shared in the wheels and woes of their brothers and sisters in the kitchen. That's something we were never able to give him, no matter how much we tried to include him. That sense of place. Alright then, why did you come all this way during closing hours? Well, we never got a chance to talk anymore unless I do. Fair enough, I can be a hard guy to track down these days. Working 12-hour days and 6 days a week doesn't really help. Well, someone's gotta do it. If I'm not around to keep all these guys in check, the kitchen would just fall apart. Take my advice, don't make a reservation on a Sunday. I'll keep that in mind if I ever make enough money to even consider eating here. Not as a mooch, at least. I told you, those days are behind me now. You wouldn't be saying that if you could smell the shop we made today. I'm sorry, everyone, I cannot follow these words. I could feel my stomach growling despite having eaten already. Not fair. Cats don't play fair. I'm beginning to reconsider why I came here to begin with. Right, which was... Dad's been getting restless and says he wants to see me again. Mr. C, have you guys even talked much since? Not since Mom passed. It's not like there was anything you could do, Ash. I know, it's just... Mom was the one who was okay with, and Dad, well... I know. The less said, the better. Or rather, I just felt uncomfortable talking about a lot of things and it was easier just in fear. But that's my problem, isn't it? I just can't bring myself to talk about difficult things. Although, if it were easy, they wouldn't be difficult things, would they? So anyway, I was wondering if you wanted to come with. He wants me to come see him for New Year's. I asked Colby already, but he seemed kind of indecisive. Cole, huh? Yeah. I think it'd be better if I sat this one out and let you two go alone. Troy always got so weird whenever I talked about Colby. I couldn't figure him out. Even if he goes, you could still come, You really are clueless, aren't you? It's not that at all. I'm doing this for your own good, trust me. My own good? I'm not sure why you acted like him and Colby were two volatile liquids that would just explode when mixed together. The few times the two of them actually met, they got along quite well. What was I missing here? Well, Dad would still probably like to see you. He sees you even less than I do. It's not like he's gonna die tomorrow. I can find another time to go and see him with you. It'd still be nice to go and see him with the good son. Might make him a little less irritable. Good son. I mean, it's kinda obvious, isn't he? He likes you a lot more than he likes me. I'm sure there are probably times where he wishes you were his son instead. Come on, Asher, you can't really think that. Well, he does treat you a lot better, even though we're both gay. He might be particularly nice to me sometimes, but there's a reason for that. Please tell me it's not something creepy. What gross! I swear it's nothing creepy. Phew, that's a relief. Think it over then, at least. Think I can do. Promise I cannot. Oh, was that my phone? Oh, there's text messages in this game. New Indy, don't forget. From Inda. Subject, don't forget. I need to know whether I need the truck or not. Remember to ask Troy. Can we reply to messages? Okay, I set the message sign out. That is interesting. Oh, there was one other thing. Inda wanted me to make sure you were coming camping with us next weekend before she rented a truck to take your equipment out to the lake. Yeah, as long as that truck is big enough for a ton of portable heaters. I can't believe you guys really want to go camping this late in the year. Well, you know how it is. It's the only time all of us can manage to take off of work. I know, I'm one of the main reasons for the scheduling after all. I'll be there, you can count on me. I could always count on Troy. Saturday, November 16th. Colby had gone out for lunch today, so I decided to catch up on some sleep and nap a little while longer, and threw together a late breakfast of some granola, yogurt, and berries. He was back in through the door just as I finished washing everything. Welcome back. Huh? Oh, hey! Something wasn't right. Even someone as dense as me could see that. Hey, something on your mind? Sort of. If nothing else, at least when something was bothering Colby, he was easy to read. How did lunch go? Oh, well, you know. I don't. It was great. The food was good. And... Hey, do you think I could pass for a straight guy? What? Do you think I could pass for a straight guy? I mean, not dressed like this, of course. Colby, what are you talking about? I know, stupid question, right? Brody's been really trying to push the gay for pay angle lately. There's a lot of money in it. I mean, it's practically the only fetish gay porn I've even explored, so I guess it's not like it has a lot of competition. Not that I'm complaining, though. It's not like I want to have weird clown sex or have some guy pissing all over me just to pay the bills. Ew. Okay, definitely in the adult business, alright. Okay. Colby sure was good at changing his deposition when he was deflecting. Confront him about it. Wait, I should probably be saving my game. I haven't, because the option menu looks so different. I'm not used to seeing something like this. Which is great. I like it. I'm gonna confront him about it. Colby, you know that's not what I'm asking about. Yeah. I'm gonna assume you weren't having lunch with your boss. No. So what's actually on your mind? I went out to lunch with one of my past hookups and he asked me out. I guess we're dating now? I felt my chest grow tight and cold before it felt like my heart sunk somewhere deep in the pit of my stomach. Everything felt like it was coming into sharp focus. Oh, was that all I could say? Well, what else could I say? I couldn't even sort out how I felt about it, much less put into words. It's been a long time since I felt this way. The last time I could remember was when we had our first falling out. Colby was not shy about all the other guys he slept with after that. Jealousy, is that what this was? Maybe. I knew it was silly, but it had begun to feel like everything we'd shared together, all of our history, our close bond, none of that meant anything now. Now there was a guy who, for all I knew, barely knew Colby, and had this much more involved relationship with him. He doesn't deserve it. Yeah, I guess that sums up how I felt, but did I have any right to feel that way? Do I deserve it any more than he does? No, I'm the coward who's too scared to make any moves. I'm not entitled to anything, much less Colby's heart. How long have you known him? A week, maybe. Do you even know much about him? A little. Are you sure this is a good idea? How am I supposed to know? It's not like anyone's ever asked me out before. And that was the heart of it. I just sat there dumbly. There wasn't anything I could say to that. I had plenty of chances and I took none of them. Yeah, I guess this was jealousy. Was this what Colby wanted? Even back then, was he doing this to punish me for screwing everything up? No, Colby's not like that. This is all me. And yet, why did Colby look so deflated and conflicted? Shouldn't this be an exciting moment for him? What's wrong, Colby? Nothing. It's not nothing. Why aren't you happy about this? I am, So sorry, I'm just being a dork. I'm alright. Colby. But before I could say anything more, he disappeared into his room. Oh, we got a lot of drama going on already. Oh boy. I made my way outside. I needed some fresh air to clear my head, and I figured Colby would appreciate the space. I could have handled that better, I suppose. Maybe I'll go apologize to him after he's had some alone time. He didn't deserve to be interrogated like that. I want to go back. Can I go back? Let's go back, because I feel bad. Let's go. Can we go back? No, I don't want to save. I want to reload. How do I reload? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Never. Nope. We're gonna go with this choice. I'm not gonna go back. I felt my phone in my pocket. I could always count on Troy. Oh man. Oh, this is already like this is some serious stuff. Thanks for meeting me here, Troy. Well, I couldn't let you go out drinking on your own. How sad would that be? I feel kind of bad though. What about your restaurant? If I'm gonna be going for all of next weekend, I might as well let my sauce see if he can keep things together for one night. Baptism by fire? Hopefully not literally. I'll drink to that. I reached over to grab the round of tequila shots I ordered from the bar, pulling the tray with a small pile of salt and lime wedges closer. I wet the spot between the knuckles of my thumb and index finger with my tongue before sprinkling a pinch of salt into it. As I licked the salt back off my hand, I could feel my mouth watering. Salad! Without hesitating, I knocked back the shot of tequila. No matter how many times I prepared for that burn, I still can't help but wince. I snatched one of them limes off the tray and bit into the acidic flesh, sucking the citrus juices in. Ooh, better. You know, I would have thought by now that you'd be able to down tequila without a chaser. Oh man, that would take all the fun out of it though. Bullshit, you're just too much of a pussy to do it. I slid a glass across to Troy. Alright then, if you're such a man, show me up. Ash, I don't drink, you know that. If I've ever known anybody who needed a good drink, it's you. come on, let loose a little. You need to relax. If I need to relax, I can always head out back for a smoke. You're a chef, Troy. You know that smoking is going to ruin your palate, not to mention your lungs. I'll worry about that when the time comes. I'm not going to drink, Asher. That's not up for debate. Sorry, I didn't mean to be pushy. I just worry about you. I know, but trust me, I have my reasons. Trust this, trust that, reasons. I'll figure out one day, Troy, so enjoy being insufferably cryptic while you can. So, what are we doing here? Don't think for a second that I believe that you're really just thirsty enough to want to spend $10 a piece on shots. I'm drinking to forget, to feel something else other than this ache. But of course, I'm way too embarrassed to admit that. God, I'm such a kid. Well, you know, what else do you do at bars? Maybe find someone to go home with. Not a total lie, just not the whole truth. I have to accept that Colby's just not on the market anymore. I have to move on. Of all the places to try and pick up guys, you choose a bar? Really? Are we stuck in the 90s? You're the one who recommended this place. At the time, you just asked me for a good bar. You didn't say anything about trying to pick up guys until now. Well, where else am I supposed to look? E-Unity? You'd probably have better luck than here. Asher, this place isn't even a gay bar. You don't think your boyfriend will have a problem with me taking you to a gay bar without him? Besides the point. Suppose you see a guy you like. You don't even have a guarantee he's looking at your end of the gender pool, if he's even looking at all. Well, I don't know. The bartender's been staring at me this whole time. Maybe he kinda likes me. Or he's confused as hell, wondering why someone would come to the Nad Lounge just to order shots. This place is the only craft cocktail bar in Clearmont. For God's sakes, it might be the only building in the entire city that even stocks Campera. I can't say these words. You sure know a lot about alcohol for guys who've sworn it off. You do know that Orza has a bar too, right? Besides, you think I don't know anyone else in the service industry? How do you think I came up with this place as a recommendation? Alright, I believe you. You're probably not moonlighting as a sob. These words are killing me. I feel so stupid trying to read these words. I feel so stupid. You're probably moonlighting as a Salmer under my nose. But really, how long do you think morbid curiosity is supposed to last? I didn't think it'd be longer than 5 minutes. He's a bartender at one of the most pretentious joints around. He's probably just concerned that you're not giving the place a chance. That or he's just that caliber of bartender. What caliber? The most attentive bartenders are people watchers. Not for sport, mind you. He might be watching you to gauge your reactions to everything. To read you. That's how they figure out what you want without you even knowing what you want. Don't tell me your boyfriend told you that. Bailey does like to wax poetic, as long as it's about himself. And did he figure out what you want? I think you know the answer to that. Well, if you managed to bag a bartender, how hard could it be? I barely got up from my seat before Troy stopped me. Hold on, Ash. You think bartenders don't get on constantly while they work? It's like all I hear about at home. Don't piss them off by being too creepy or anything, please. Dude, I'm not nearly drunk enough for that. You being brave enough to approach anyone about anything is worryingly drunk to me. It'll be fine. For all my bravado, though, as I approached the bar again, I felt trepidation sink in. Ooh! And as my eyes locked onto the bartenders, it was joined by heaps of anxiety. Yeah, I definitely wasn't drunk enough. But gosh, did he have nice eyes. Can I help you? He just smiled and nodded as if he were listening to the most interesting tale he heard in a while. Okay, alright, stop me if I'm wrong. You want another drink? I just nodded. But not just any drink. More nods. Alright, I think it's time to retire the shot glass and graduate to the big boys club. Since you seem to have quite the penchant for tequila, let's take a margarita for a spin, huh? Even more nods. Straight up on the rocks. One too many nods. Oh, he is so shy. That wasn't a yes or no question. No more nods. I'll tell you what, since you seem a little tongue-tied, I'll just take an educated guess. Let's do it on the rocks. I mean, who likes things straight anyway? Oh, I think we just found our answer, guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we just found our answers. I'm pretty sure this bartender is hitting on us. Or Asher in this case. Whoa, what? Was I reading too much into that one? I was pretty sure I couldn't hide the blush or the uncomfortable shifting of my posture. Good thing being drunk gives you an excuse for both. As the bartender noticed, he didn't show it. Without missing a beat, he went straight to work, his arms moving daftly around the bar into a whirlwind of activity as he tipped bottles of tequila, triple sec, lime juice into jiggers. He emptied those out into a larger vessel and then into a stainless steel shaker, shoveling some ice in there as well, before grasping a slightly convex tumbler and a saucer of salt. Then he wet the rim of the glass with some lime juice before holding the glass parallel to the salt, rotating it delicately between his fingers to get a perfect layer of the crystals lining its rim. He returned to the shaker and gave the contents a good shake to mix the contents properly, and then fetched a single large ice cube to put into the center of the glass he prepared. The ice cube was cut so perfectly and so absolutely devoid of any impurities that I got a little worried that I might get charged $10 for the ice. The cocktail poured out through the shaker strainer over the ice cube, cascading down over its starkly straight edges and filling up the glass. Even after the bartender had slid the margarita over to my end of the bar, I sat there looking at it, a little intimidated. Everything about the drink, from the glass to the ice, was so considered. I must have looked like some kind of choir boy who'd just been offered his first sip of wine. But it wasn't so much the contents, but rather the presentation that had me hesitating. There sure was a lot of theater involved in serving drinks that I hadn't experienced before. How much do I owe you for? Nothing until we find you a drink you'll come back for. Nothing until we find you a drink you'll come back for. Any old dive bar can serve you shots, but that's not how we do things at the Nod Lounge. Before the night is through, I'll have you coming back for more. Well, that was customary service for sure. I couldn't get a handle on this guy. Was he being genuine or just fishing for tips? It's like he walked the fine line between a used car salesman and a really passionate showman. Thanks, Hugh. Thanks, Hugh. I knocked back the glass and instantly I felt my skin crawl and my face pucker. Slow down, Cinderella. Got a ball to attend? After I got a chance to get past the intense sourness, I had enough sense to laugh at myself about it. Yeah, my pumpkin's on the clock. Alright, let me fix you up something else. Then, and be sure to sip it this time. It's a cocktail, not a draft beer. As embarrassing as that was, Hugo didn't make me feel bad about it. Sure, he teased me about it, but there was a certain warmth to it that said, Hey buddy, sit down, let's catch up, as if he'd been friends for ages, despite meeting for the first time. It was comfortable. With the initial shock of the tardiness of the drink receding rapidly, I was able to appreciate the flavors that were there more easily. The salt that had clung to the rim of the glass helped to balance out the sharpness of the lime, and brought out the woody spiciness of the tequila hiding just underneath. It made me kind of regret that he was giving up on it so quickly, but also made me look forward to what he had in store all the more. If what Troy was saying was true, then whatever he learned about my reception to the first drink was going to feed into the next. This one's a personal favorite of mine. You can't go wrong with a Nigeroni. Again, I don't know drinks that well. Hugo offered me another drink with a rich, vibrant red color. Taking his advice to heart, I touched the rim of the glass to my lips, and much more timidly, perhaps too timidly, tilted it up until the cool liquid reached my lips. Hugo was watching carefully. From the moment my lips first curled and my brow first frowned... Oh, wait. Oh, there is an error. Okay, that's an error. From the moment my lips first curled and my brow first furrowed, he had set about making another drink. The drink wasn't anything like I had imagined. I had in my head the idea that cocktails were all these sugary sweet drinks more akin to melted candy canes than a drink of real means. It wasn't sour like the margarita, but there was a decidedly bitter edge to it. This cocktail was really herbaceous and tangy with a long lingering cherry finish, a much more complex flavor than I was really prepared for. I came to realize that this was a real cocktail, a mature, fully fledged adult in a world of childlike pretenders. But as I was thinking that, Hugh was already taking the glass away and replacing it with another. Give this one a go instead. This drink was brighter in color, more orange than red. Another sipper. Anything worth drinking is worth savoring. I took it slow again, and I realized this must have been another Nigeroni, but this one was milder. It was still acerbic, but at that perfect level where my tongue could accept it comfortably, and all it did was enhance everything else around it. I tried to think of anything I could find wrong with it, but I couldn't. Somehow Hugh had zeroed in on exactly how to balance a drink for me, and so quickly, too. Whoa, how did you... Coachy Vermouth de Tourney and Oh, I feel so bad, everyone. I'm sorry that I am messing up these words. I've never really read liquor. Coachy Vermouth de Tourney and apparel, but that's all you're getting out of me. A magician can't reveal all of his tricks. Hugo watched me carefully as I took a second sip. He seemed to approve of my reaction this time. Do we have a winner? I'd say. Great, consider that my treat. Wait, are you sure? You bet. I feel like I robbed you for letting you waste money on all those shots anyway. But I'd better see you around here again. I don't forget a face, or a scent. Just like that, he was off to another corner of the bar with another customer. For a moment, I felt kind of abandoned. It was dumb of me to feel like we'd somehow bonded over 3 drinks and a one-sided conversation. As if that wasn't the same thing Hugh had to offer every patron. It was just a service, not a friendship, even though he didn't take any money from me this time. That didn't change what it was. In a way, it just reminded me all the more of Colby. What I thought I had was that just something everyone got? Maybe I wasn't anything special. Maybe it was good that I never took the chance. I watched for a while as he worked the crowd while he flipped shakers in the air and catched them behind his back, stirred multiple drinks at once with those long-handled bar spoons, spin a hand torch around his fingers, and stir citrus rinse. His audience loved him, crowing and cheering, excited by his showmanship, and he fed off that adoration, feeding into an endlessly spiraling cycle of excitement. He knew I'd come back. We'd all come back, for the drinks and for him. It's getting late. You ready? It's getting late. You ready to go? Yeah, I think so. All right. So, do you think the bartender liked you after all? Who knows? Hard to say. Because it wasn't that the bartender liked me. I'd come to realize it was the other way around all along. Oh, Sunday, November 17th. The days actually go by pretty fast. Like, there's a reasonable amount of Lila, but they go by really fast. I'm really surprised to see that. Asher. Hey, Asher. Earth to Asher. Anyone there? That thick skull of yours. What time is it? More like what day is it? What? How long was I out for? Man, you're gullible. As if I'd let you miss a day of work. You're still responsible for half of the rent. Very funny, Colby. I thought so too. So glad we're on the same page. Well, at least you seem to be in a better mood today. Seem to. Right. Sorry for interrupting your beauty sleep and all that, but the sun's going down. Soon I won't want to be up there, even in this jacket. Damn, that late already? No one forced you to take a nap. Hey, I was doing laundry all day. It's an exhausting job. Especially when I keep having to clean piles of my clothes that you wore. Hey, I'd return the favor, but I just don't think you're my size, Asher. Oh, because my clothes totally fit you. They're a little on the baggy side, I admit, but I forgive you. So gracious. I know, but you can canonize my sainthood later. These beers aren't gonna drink themselves. Did we have some leftovers in the fridge? Nah, but since you were damn near comatose on the couch, I took it upon myself to pick up some at the store. After all, I am roommate of the year material, you know. That's gonna depend on how shitty this beer is. You wound me, Asher. I thought you might be a little hungover from last night, so I picked up some Blue Island blonde ale. I figured you'd use something crisp and light-bodied. Colby got a bit of a head start on me as I took some time to stretch and finish waking up. This had become something of a tradition for us, capping off the weekend by drinking a few beers together on the roof. Oh wow, I still remember the first time we did it. Come on, it'll be fun. Are we even allowed up there? Man, who cares? No one will even notice. He'd wrap up his arm around my shoulder, urging me up the last flight of stairs. I'd only just moved in and didn't want to end up getting kicked out by the landlord for any reason, lest I have to go through the whole moving process again. I was always worried about every little thing, but Colby always seemed so carefree and adventurous. I guess I admired that about him. I wished I could be more like that, and that let him convince me to go outside my comfort zone. Hurry up, I don't want to miss the sunset. I bet we'll get a killer view from the roof. All right, I'm coming. And what a view it was. Oh, wow. Wow! Not bad, huh? Yeah. You know, there was a hill nearby my house as a kid. I'd climb all the way to the top when the sun was setting. I'd pretend like the sun was trying to run away from me. The world was a much smaller place to me back then. That hill was the highest point in my small little world, the closest I'd ever got to touching the sun. I'd always make it long before the sunset was over, and I imagined that the view of the sun's last glorious rays scattering across the orange sky was my reward for catching it. This is a much bigger hill. Yeah, the world's bigger too. All those people down there, not a single one even notices the two of us up here, huh? Maybe, but I don't mind. I don't like drawing too much attention to myself anyway. I wish someone would notice me. Someone. The streets sure are dead tonight. No one down there to notice you today, huh? Well, it's funny you should mention that. I met an old friend today. From back home. Was it nice to catch up with him? I don't know, but a lot of time has passed. From Troy, subject. I'll be collecting my wingman fees later. Ash, thought you might like to know that bartender's schedule. You know, the one you were so smitten with? He's working again tomorrow night if you want to swing by. We're different people now. Do you ever miss being home? Oh my gosh. Why is this music getting me? I'm getting so emotional and I'm not trying to. Like, I don't know why. It's just getting to me in this scene right now. Oh gosh. It's weird to think about, but I've been in Clearmont for 7 years. Oh wow, so 7 years. Oh, wait, 17. So he was here since he's 17. That's nearly a third of my life. Clearmont is my home now, here with you and the rest of the guys. So, what are you gonna toast to? Hey man, I brought the beer, you think of the toast. Oh boy. To cheap beer, to old friends. To 7 years in Clearmont. To 7 years in Clearmont. May we grow old and rot here together. Cheers. Cheers! And to us. Two guys finding our way in a confusing and crazy world. Oh my gosh, that music's gonna keep getting me. I don't know why, that music is making me so emotional, everyone. Like, I was like almost crying, and I think the scene just kind of got to me too. A quiet day was a rarity at Half Step. We're an audio post-production house after all. There weren't any ADR recording sessions slated for today though, so I didn't even need to put on my noise-canceling headphones, just so I could concentrate on my work. It was just as well, because I had a coworker who made a habit of taking advantage of that and sneaking up and scaring the shit out of me. Who am I gonna get? What kind of voice am I gonna give Emil? No good. No go today, huh? Too bad, dude. You look kind of dead, and a good scare is just what you need. itching. And a good scare is just what you need to jumpstart you on a Monday morning. Don't act all altruistic about it. You could just buy me a coffee instead. Oh, but a little abject terror, just so much more personal. Coffee is so boring. Emil could be a real pain sometimes. He and Colby would get along great. Oh hey, you shaved. Trimmed, Ash. It's not like I lopped off my entire mane. I just made it more manageable. Weren't you doing that Manvember thing or something? You mean Maine? The thing in May? You know, because May is in the name? Yeah, whatever. It's not like it's anything I'd have to pay attention to anyway. No need to be all jealous just because you can't grow one yourself. You lions are so full of it. Comes with the territory, baby. Oh, but I do have something for you. It's not coffee, but I think you'd like it much better. Here you go. Emil handed me his flash drive. This is... Just plug it in and see. Remember when you asked me about how I got into doing trailer music? What better way to show you than to let you pick apart the track that got me there? Whoa, Emil, are you sure this is okay? Duh, dude. Why else would I give it to you? It's not like I'm worried about you scribbling your name all over and calling it yours. Oh my god, those keep itching. Just take what you can learn from it. Ever since I first landed this job, Emil has always acted like kind of a big brother to me. I was so intimidated by everything. It was my first real job, my first step into true adult life. I didn't want to mess it up. There was so much I didn't know. All of the software packages were foreign to me, and I didn't even know how to operate a real physical mixing board. Emil was there from the start, guiding me along the way. I owed him so much, and now this. You can play around with each of the channels individually, just mess with the sliders. Isolate the ones you want to study, or groups of them if you want. Go on, give it a try. Oh, can I really? Oh, can we really do that? Oh, shoot, can we really? Oh, wow, get out of here. Wait, does it do anything? Does it actually do anything? Okay, it does. Never mind. I can't play with this for too long. We got some story to play. We got some serious gay drama to play. It's already getting me emotional. Actually, in all seriousness, I'm already interested in the story. The story is very interesting already to me. I'm very interested. Oh, I got some in my eye. No, I'm not crying, I swear, everyone. I actually do got some back. My eyes are burning. Ow. What do you think? I always knew Emil was talented, but did he really write this when he was first getting into the industry? I think I have a long way. I think I have a long way to go. We've all got to start somewhere, dude. Don't sweat the details too much, but if there's anything useful in there for you, by all means. I don't know. I just feel so out of my depth. Don't say that, man. I've seen you do good work. But you were my age when you wrote this. I feel... Oh, gosh. No, game. Don't do that to me. Oh, don't do that to me. Don't put real serious stuff in here that I can relate to. Don't. That's... Oh, my God. No! You're gonna freaking... God damn you, Clay. Putting stuff in there I can relate to. I feel really far behind. So what? At your age, I wouldn't have been able to do what you do. Fuck, man. I probably still can, and I'm an old man now. Oh, gosh. No, I really do gotta burn my eye. I'm really not crying. I just got burning in my eye. All of a sudden. You're barely even 30. If you're an old man, then I'm overdue for a midlife crisis. Nah, for real, dude. You're not any worse than I was. You're just good at different things. That doesn't mean the skills you do have are worthless. You just gotta figure out how you can translate it into this kind of music. Hearing that, it was a little hard to believe, but I guess he had a point. It's not like the music I was producing was bad. It just wasn't exactly anything you'd hear from the Clearmont Philharmonic Orchestra. About the time when I got this job, there was a specific type of music that was trending in commercials. We called it needle drop music because it was made to sound like music from a needle drop license, but it wasn't really. Needle drop licenses were named so because they allowed the usage of a piece of music one time, and back in the days of vinyl records, it meant that every time the needle dropped on a record, it'd need a new license. For ads, they were mostly used to license pop music, so this new variety of needle drop music was made to mimic that style and sound like they were hit singles cut and edited for a commercial. Alright, you know what? The person, alright, Koi, good job. Like, no, seriously. Good job. Like, wow, you really thought about what you were describing, and I don't know if he does anything like actually with audio production, but he knows his stuff apparently. Like, this is really descriptive. I mean, and I don't mind that. Now, I am gonna say that some people might not really care for all the details, but me personally, I don't mind it. So this new variety of needle drop music was made to mimic that style and sound like they were hit singles cut and edited for a commercial. I was pretty good at it too, but I didn't want to spend the rest of my life doing it. I want to be able to leave something behind in my lifetime that future generations might still appreciate someday, so that when I'm cold and dead in the ground, I still have left some kind of mark in this world. I did not need to play this game right now. Oh my gosh. I connect with this. Ooh, I connect with this too much. I really connect. This is literally like, hey, Fallen, I'm gonna make you play this game that's literally going to describe everything that's on your mind that you freak out about constantly. That is literally, in a nutshell, one of the biggest reasons I get so worried about my lack of progress and stuff I enjoy. Literally, this whole paragraph I'm going to save and literally explains exactly how I feel. And I really am going to show this to somebody. Literally my issue. I'm afraid that I want to die and be able to leave something for other people that will make me, that people remember me by. Oh, I'm going to end up crying after this. I'm not going to do that by making music for advertisements. I went to film school after all, so it only seemed natural to want to get into scoring for films, but I just didn't know how to get there from here. Have you ever thought about doing film music? Not really my kind of thing. But you'd be great at it. You've got a natural talent for it. It's not exactly an easy field to get into, bro. I like it here, and I'm happy with how things are for now. Don't you ever feel like you want something more? Oh my god, stop! Asher's literally me! I can't right now, because literally Asher's exactly me right now. Except I don't have a fancy job. I work in retail as a cashier. Overnight cashier, actually. Oh no, I didn't need this. I did not need this. I didn't need to play this right now. I'm gonna end up and you might see me cry on stream, and it's gonna be really bad if I cry on stream. I mean, not stream, recording. Dude, this hits me way too hard. A long time ago, I might have, but a lot can happen in 30 years to change your perspective on things. And you know what? I think my life is pretty great as it is. I couldn't ask for more, really. I wish I could let go of things that easily. Sometimes I feel like ambitions occur. Oh, this has hit me too hard. It can be, but after you've already spent a lot of time struggling for what you want, well, when you achieve it, all the other things seem to matter a lot less. What did you want to achieve? Nothing worth talking about. Well, thanks anyway, Emil. I don't know how I could repay you for this favor. Well, if you insist, you could pay me back tonight. I could use a spotter. Monday's upper body day for me. Tonight? Wasn't there something else I wanted to do tonight? Are you serious? If you end up letting the bar slip, you think I'd be strong enough to lift the weights you normally do? Maybe not, but all the more reason for you to come and do some strength training with me. Besides, you're not getting any younger. Once you're ancient like me, that metabolism of yours ain't gonna be keeping up with your diet. Trust me, I've seen you eat. Oh no! Another choice! Should I accept or should I decline? Oh, should I accept or should I decline? I'm gonna decline. I'm gonna go see the bartender. I'm sorry, I'm just really not feeling it tonight. well, alright, but I'll be cashing in on this favor later. I might need a partner to do a burpee mile with. It might end up more like a burpee yard for me. We'll see. I should get back to work now, though. Stay out of trouble. I did feel kind of bad turning him down like that, and I did owe him. But I'll just find some other way to pay him back that doesn't involve me spending all of tomorrow groaning about muscle aches. Work couldn't end soon enough. There was a healthy buzz at the Nad Lounge tonight, even though it was a weekday. Cutting through the throngs of people, I eventually made my way up to the bar, my eyes scanning across the length of it, searching for a familiar face. There he was. Huh? Oh wait, Hugh. Oh hey, Asher, right? Oh hey, Asher, right? Yeah, that's me. I told you I'd never forget a face. Well, it's only been a couple of days since we first met. Well, so far so good then, yeah? Maybe you wouldn't mind helping me cheat the odds by coming around every couple of days? Oh, you're good. I don't know if my wallet could handle that, though. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't mind just having the company. Oh, wow. Okay, Hugh is definitely hitting on Asher. Most guys who come around here are always with their friends, so they're not much for conversation with their bartender. Oh, speaking of which, do you want to do lunch or something tomorrow? What? That was sudden. Unless you're busy, that's cool. I don't know, because I don't know the context of the relationship. I'm assuming the story was about him and Corey, but I don't know, because I don't know if they should get back together. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna accept. I gotta keep saving because I feel bad, because I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna screw this up. Accept. It's just lunch. That's innocent enough, right? Yeah, it's just lunch. Oh no, I get to take some pretty long lunch breaks. It shouldn't be a problem. Great. Here, let me give you my number and my address, and you can get it all down on your phone. Got all that? Yeah, thanks. So then, what can I get you tonight? Well, I was hoping you could play expert again tonight. Play expert? You wound me! Somehow I think you'll live. Alright, well since it's autumn time, why don't I fix you up in autumn time? A little vodka, a little lime, some seasonal raspberries, you'll love it! Man, that came out of nowhere. He really put me on the spot. I don't know where this is going, but I can't say that part of me doesn't want to find out. In the meantime, though, it would have been a shame to come out all this way just for one drink. Oh boy, he got drunk again, didn't he? Tuesday, November 19th. I wonder how long this goes on for. Morning, sunshine. What? No free coffee service? No, although you do look like you could use one. I knew I shouldn't have drunk so much on a work night. I didn't exactly have a hangover, but my brain was really making me regret all those syrupy drinks. I don't know why. I haven't felt this emotional in a game, and like, I don't know, like, I just feel so emotional now because I really, like, you can tell the creator of this, the writer, Co, really understand what it's like to be in your, like, mid-20s and contemplating where your life's going, what's happened in your past, because I'm like, man, this hits too hard. Like, everything that has been related, I understand, except the boyfriend part. I've never actually had an official, what I would call an official boyfriend, but, you know. Anyway, just wanted to let you know that I managed to get Friday off entirely, so I'm gonna head to the lake early and meet up with you guys later. The lake? Yeah, remember the camping trip this weekend? Oh, right, sorry, still kind of waking up. How could I forget? We were all really looking forward to it, too. It's so rare that we get to hang out and do fun stuff like that. What with all of our adult lives dragging us in different directions, I mean, that's another one! But maybe me wanting to recapture the feeling of summers when we were kids was a sign of my immaturity. Goofing off without a care in the world except for when summer vacation was going to end and school was going to start, things were a whole lot simpler back. He's hitting all the notes. Every single note. Every single note. I feel all of these. I'll finally get to show you up. You'll get to see a real fisherman at work. Hell, I won't even charge you for the honor. How generous. But you better brace yourself for a humiliating defeat. I can hold my own when it comes to lake fishing, just ask Troy. The only thing I'm likely to ask him is how best to grill my prize-winning catch. You know I can't use him as a trustworthy source. All you have to do is say the word and Troy would blow so much smoke up your ass that I'd be expecting a strobe light show to follow. Fine, don't believe me if you don't want to. You'll just have to see for yourself when I reel in a big one. You're on. Alright, kid, I better get back to work. See you around. Till then, big guy. Oh yeah, this weekend was going to be good. But first I had a lunch date to attend. Well, this should be the place. I can hear voices on the other side of the door. One of them is definitely Hugh. Did he invite someone else instead? Maybe I got the wrong idea when he asked me to join him for lunch. Hey, it's me, Asher. Door's unlocked. Come right in. Oh, he has a kid. He has a kid. Ash, glad you could make it. Who that, Uncle Hugh? That's one of Uncle Hugh's friends, Hannah. His name is Asher. Asher? That's right. Very good, Honor. Yay! Oh my God, so adorable. Well, now don't I feel stupid for feeling jealous and suspicious? Hunter is your nephew. Oh, okay. What, did you think he was my son? The thought had crossed my mind. Oh, no, I'm not dad material, although I dare say I would make a killer house husband. I come from a pretty big family, 3 brothers and 2 sisters. My parents were like superheroes to us, but they couldn't be everywhere, and everything at all times, so we helped raise each other. When some of us had kids, it was only natural that we'd help babysit whenever we're able. Having a pretty unusual schedule next to my bartending job means I can take care of little Hunter when no one else can. It's always better to spend time with family than at daycare, I think. Hunter. I think so too. How old are you, Hunter? He's 2. No, Uncle Yo, you have to say it right. It's 2 3/4. Oh my God, this is so adorable. I know. Even though me personally, I don't want kids. I find kids adorable. I'm weird like that. I love kids, but I don't want kids myself. All right. He's 2 3/4. He's a real stickler for details. Takes after his mom. What about Uncle Ashu? You have a son? Me? Uncle Ashu made a funny face. I think Nephew Hunter has the wrong idea about us, Hugh. He doesn't really have the uncle thing down quite yet. You've got it better than my brother-in-law, at least. Hunter, my sister, and him are Auntie Rochelle, and Auntie Oliver. Auntie Rochelle and Auntie Oliver. Well, I have to say, it suddenly makes a lot more sense as to why you asked someone who's practically a stranger to lunch now. Oh, I don't think of you as a stranger, Ash. Troy said you're a cool guy, so I thought we should try to hang out sometime when I'm not stuck behind the bar. You know Troy? Of course, did he? Of course! Did he ever mention it? No, of course he wouldn't. He can't ever be straightforward about anything, even when he's trying to play matchmaker. I used to work as his smoller for about a year. You were a I don't know what that word means. You were I will probably put down what a smoller means, like, as of the time of this video. I don't know what it is, but, like, I will post the description later. Yeah, can't imagine me in a suit, huh? Wasn't my style. I ended up quitting and becoming a bartender because I felt so limited working with just wine. So many fish in the sea and so many liquors on the shelf, I've always been about broadening horizons. So even if the pay's not quite as good, I'm happy where I landed. So, can I get you anything to drink? Coffee? Espresso? You have an espresso machine? Of course, I used to be a barista, you know. A barista too? Is there anything you haven't been? A brewer? Ha! There's not many positions in the hospitality industry I haven't filled when it comes to drinks. But a kid's gotta have a job before he's legal age to work with liquor in a family as big as mine. Had to start somewhere. Makes sense to me. I'll have an espresso then. I was hoping you'd say that. Come over here, Ash. Let me show you something. Just grab that pitcher of steamed milk over there. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, what am I doing with these? I do like the style for this visual novel. Let me just say real quick. Yes, it is simple. I'm not gonna lie, it's simple. You can tell that there are lines, but they're very ill-defined, and it's mostly just paint. But I think it gives it charm. I'm not gonna say the art is great, but I think it's good, and I think it's unique, and I do like it. I do like the art style. And like I said, I'll get more depth when I end this video. We've been going on for how long? Oh my gosh, we've been going for almost an hour. I'm gonna show you how to make latte art. You interested? Sure, first time for everything, right? Okay, just hang the picture on your next finger and only use the other to stabilize the handle. You don't want to move your wrist around. Just let the picture tip back and forth. We'll do a real simple design to start with. Angle the cup. You want it to be at almost a 45-degree angle. Slowly level out the cup as you let the picture tip forward gradually. Keep aiming for the same spot. Let the microfoam spread out in a nice circle. Just like that, you're doing great. Now for the drag through. Just keep the last of the microfoam pouring as you cut right across the middle in a straight line. You got it. Not bad for your first time. A heart, huh? You're real natural at this, Ash. Maybe you missed your calling as a barista. Maybe. Me too, me too. I wouldn't do it. Let me do one, Uncle Yo. Can't ever leave Hunter out of anything. Alright, Hunter, but you and I are gonna have to use normal milk and hot chocolate, okay? Espresso was only for big boys. But I'm big, Uncle Yo. You are, but you still have to get a lot bigger. Tell you what, every time you come by to Uncle Hugh's house, we can measure you and see if you're big enough yet, okay? Okay. Alright, follow Uncle Hugh to the kitchen and we'll go make some hot chocolate art. Yay! Oh my gosh, they're so adorable. I was hesitant to drink from my espresso. I didn't want to ruin the tiny little piece of art Hugh and I made together. But it was an espresso after all. Even if it was art, it was still a drink meant to be drunk. I watched the two dogs work together as I took the first sip. Little Hunter leaning up on the tips of his toes, gripping the counter while his uncle prepared everything. One day, little Hunter wanted me quite so little, just like how little Asher grew up into me. Soon, the milk was gone. All traces of the heart we poured atop the drink had vanished. But as long as we knew it was there, that's enough for me. I began to think about how none of life's moments are meant to last forever. Maybe it's been childish of me to hope they could. Instead, it should be about savoring every little step of the way, not to dwell on the missteps of the past, but to look forward to the ones laid out in front of you. I hoped you would invite me back for lunch again soon. Oh no, am I making bad decisions? Wednesday never... God, we're going on so long. I want to catch up, but at the same time, I'm like, I need to stop. Hello, anyone home? Yeah, but it's good to know if there wasn't. You don't have any trouble trespassing into my home. It's hardly trespassing if you invite me over. We'll see if that holds up in a court of law. Hannah! I can hear a stampede of little feet rumble towards us, picking up speed and growing ever louder. The days go by pretty fast. But I'm fine with that because there's a lot of events there's a lot of it seems like there's just one event that happens per day and then it moves on to the next day. It's not like some events that are like, oh, let's throw like 3 big events in here and then we'll go to the next day. It's like one event next day, one event next day, one event next day. I kind of like that actually. Uncle Yo! And there's nothing wrong with like a big story, like a big scope visual novel that focuses on having 3 big events. It's just that it's all about how you write it. It's all about how you present it, I guess. Whoa, hey! Uncle Yo, Uncle Asher is here. I see that. I also see that I have a little monster on my back. No, it's just me. Is it really just you? It's just me. I don't know. You feel awfully heavy. Are you sure it's just you? It's just me, Uncle Yo. Tell him for me, Uncle Asher. It's just Hunter, Uncle Yo. Well, okay, but I'll say this. You sure have grown to be a lot bigger and a lot heavier than when you used to climb on my back. Think you can do Uncle Hugh a favor and come back down off of there? No, I want to stay up here. Alright, but I'll be sending the chiropractor bill to your mama. Oh my god. Chiropractor. Okay, Hunter, I need you to have my back on this. Hunter, am on your back. I suppose you are, but I didn't mean it like that. Uncle Asher over here thinks he can come into my home without knocking. Is that allowed? No, Mama says you always have to knock. Silly Uncle Asher. You see, Asher? You have been tried in a court of law and found guilty by the Honorable Judge Hunter. Guilty. Alright, what's my sentence? You are hereby sentenced to 30 minutes of walking outside with Hunter and I with no chance of parole. Outside? Yep, outside. That means you've got to get off Uncle Hugh's back so we can put his jacket on. Okay. Hurry along now. Go get your jacket too. Okay. Phew, I'm gonna have to tell his mama to start hiding the snacks better. think that's making him heavier. Yeah, and more hyper. I mean, it's mostly my dad's fault anyway. He's got some old-fashioned ideas about grandparenting. He thinks being a good grandpa means buying your grandchildren their body weight in candy and sneaking around behind their mom and dad's back when they try to hide the stash. Sounds kind of like my grandpa. Yeah, I bet his grandpa was the same way. It's kind of funny, isn't it? It seems like whenever people become parents, they fixate on the things they hated about their own upbringing and sometimes go too far in the opposite direction because they don't want to repeat what they see as their parents' mistakes. But when it comes to grandparents, it's like all we can ever remember is the things they did that we loved and try to copy it ourselves. Exactly. Ready? Wow, already? Uncle Hugh still got to get all the stuff on. Silly Uncle Yo. Uncle Yo! Hugh's voice called from the other side of the loft. Yes, what is it? Do I have to wear all this? If you don't, you might catch a cold. It's okay, I don't mind. Maybe you won't, but if your mama finds out you caught a cold on my watch, then your mama's gonna be very, very angry with Uncle Hugh. Besides, you're still little, so your immune system isn't very strong yet. What's your immune system, Uncle Yo? Your immune system is a lot of tiny little people inside of you that fight the bad bacteria that try to make you sick. Little people inside of me? You a funny guy, Uncle Yo. No, you're a funny guy. No, you a funny guy. No, you are. No, you are. Alright, little Mr. Parrot Man, we've got to get going if we're gonna be back in time for when Mama and Dad come to take you back home. Okay, let's go. The air was crisp and clear, but uncharacteristically warm. I couldn't help but feel like we were a little overdressed, but it bode well for the weekend. We could really use the warm weather. Uncle Asher, look what I can do! Hey, Hunter, what did your mama say about doing that? You can't see where you're going. You might trip and fall and have a bad owie. The little guy squealed. The little guy squealed as he took off down the street. But he was right on his heels, and since his strode were as long as Hunter was tall, the little tyke didn't have a hope of outrunning him for more than a few seconds. The bigger pincher wrinkled the pup, carrying back over to us while Hunter giggled the whole while. Kids, once you tell them not to do something, it becomes like a game to them. Hunter's too clever for his own good. He knows I'm not going to discipline him, so he likes to test what he can get away with. But, you know, if you keep this up, there is something Uncle Hugh can do. So you better be a good boy. I know a little puppy who's not getting any dessert tonight. Okay. That's better. Now, you let me know if it's getting too hot for you. We can take a couple of things off to help you cool down, okay? I think I overestimated the cold today. Hard not to. The weather's been really out of whack lately. No kidding. I heard it's been predicted that we won't even have our first snowfall until well into January. Yeah, back when we were kids, it'd be snowing already. And not even just a little bit either. I remember the snowbanks coming all the way up to my chin. That's a lot of snow. Well, I was much littler back then, you see, so it wasn't as much snow as it would be now. I wasn't much bigger than you were when I had my first snowball fight, you know. Uncle Yo, will I be as big as Uncle Asher when I grow up? The little pup was tugging on my sleeve, standing up on his tippy toe, as if trying to imagine what being as tall as me would be like. I think he likes you. You should ask Uncle Asher whether or not he thinks you'll be as big as him. Uncle Asher, will I be as big as you when I grow up? I bet you'll be even bigger. Uncle Asher said I'm gonna be even bigger. I'm not surprised. You're growing very fast for a little boy. Did you know that? Yeah, I knew. He really is growing so shockingly fast. His mom was telling me he's already outgrown his crib, so they bought him a race car bed, but they're not sure if it's gonna last 6 months before he outgrows that too. And I think I've heard some stories about a little boy who wakes up and walks around the house too much in the middle of the night, keeping his parents up. Maybe he just needs one of Uncle Asher's patented bedtime stories. I'm very good at them, you know. Might not be a bad idea. You have any plans for the weekend? Yeah, actually, me and a few friends were going to go camping. Did you want to come along, maybe? Camping in November? I don't think I'd have the nerve, even with how warm it's been lately. Plus, I'm working anyway. I've got to close the lounge every day this weekend. It'll be a huge bummer, but have lots of fun for me. Sure will. What about Thanksgiving? You guys doing anything next week? Yeah, most of our family's going to be getting together at my parents' place out west. There's usually dozens of us there anyway. I'm sure they wouldn't mind if you wanted to tag along too. Thanksgiving at your place? Sure, I'll have Hunter vouch for you if you're worried. Oh no, I don't know. I want to go for him, but at the same time, I'm like, Can I think about it? Can I think about it? I don't know. Because I'm like, I feel like the story is I'm supposed to get back with his old boyfriend. And I'm like, but I'm going for this guy. I'm like, I don't know. I appreciate the offer, but I usually celebrate my roommate, so I'll have to think about it. Sure, no rush. Just let me know when you make up your mind. Uncle Asher. Yes, Hunter? Lift! It was then that I realized the little puppet taking my hand as his tiny little fingers grasping mine so tightly as if they were afraid I'd disappear if he let go. On the other side, he was doing much the same to Hugh. Oh my gosh, this is so adorable. Whee! The two of us hoisted Hunter up in the air, and for a moment he got to experience what it was like to be almost as tall as us. I don't know if I want to be even bigger than Uncle Asher when I grow up anymore. I was a little bit scared. Did you see my little bit scared face? Oh. As tempting as it was to accept the offer, I didn't know if Cole had any plans of his own that didn't involve me yet. It wouldn't be right to leave him on his own. I might have family members who were local to the area, but Colby didn't. For Colby, I guess I was as close as I got to family in the city. I'd have to make sure I wasn't abandoning the guy before I made any other plans. Wow, the days speed to Thursday, November 21st. I think we're gonna have to stop here. It's like an hour and... No, keep going. From the moment I entered through that door, I heard a tiny gasp from somewhere deeper inside, and then... What's up, Hunter? Did you hear something? Uncle Asher. You think so? Wait, I do have a question. Hopefully the creator watches this. I know the days are like the next day, but the way the relationship is going between Asher and Hugh, it makes it feel like it's been like days. At least days, if not a week or so. I don't know. It seems like it rushes really fast. I know that it is a visual novel, most times it's like 30 days, but I don't know, that might be a recommendation. Hopefully, he doesn't kill me for saying that. Uh-huh. Well, why don't you go and see? Uncle Asher. Pow. Oh, ow, you got me. Hunter, you aren't hurting Uncle Asher now, are you? I'm just playing, Uncle Y'all. He's got quite the left jab, doesn't he? I'll say, are you trying to become a boxer when you grow up? No. Nah, his parents watched the Karate Pup with him over the weekend, and he loved it. Karate Pup. Oh my gosh, it actually moves! Karate! I should get him to meet my roommate's grandpa. He could totally pass for Mr. Miyagi. I bet he'd love that. What were you guys up to before I got here? Should I categorize everything in alphabetical or chronological order? That much, huh? Well, you know how boys his age get, always moving from one thing to another as soon as something else catches his interest. Uncle Yo, you said we could finger paint now. I did, didn't I? Why don't you paint with Uncle Asher while he's here with us? Would you mind? No, not exactly a Rembrandt or anything. I really don't know the first thing about painting. It's just finger paint, and there's not much to it. I can show you, Uncle Ashel. There's some good CGI in this, though. I have so many... Hunter moved eagerly with the prospect of teaching me how to finger paint, though there wasn't anything I needed to actually learn. But to a little boy like Hunter, being the one arm of knowledge for once must have been exciting. He always had to ask everyone else for answers, but this time he was the expert. You go like this? He demonstrated to me by dipping his little fingers in the tubs of paint that Hugh had laid out over the tarp. And like this? I followed Hunter's directions closely, making sure the little guy knew I was taking him seriously. After all, this must have been a big deal for him. The little pup really gave it his all, even though he wasn't really making recognizable shapes or forms. That didn't matter to him. He was wholly unconcerned about achieving a specific goal. He was just having fun in the doing. Whereas I was hesitant to even start because I kept worrying about appearing clumsier, fearing that I wouldn't be able to make anything that looked like anything, let alone something that looked good. Hunter just went for it. I did feel silly about it now. Even if he was the type to judge, why would Hugh think less of me because I couldn't finger paint like a Renaissance master? Hunter certainly wasn't going to scrutinize my work either. It was jarring to realize that I'd somehow gotten to a point in my life where I was afraid to try anything because I was afraid of failure, even with something as trivial as this. Sorry guys, just give me a minute. Oh wait, you're gonna have me cry to a stream. Sorry everyone. It's head a little close to home. Hitting a little close to home. I'm sorry about that. I'm not gonna take this out the video because, you know, but, you know, I'm Fallenwolf, you gotta see everything. Ooh, I'm alright. Ooh, sorry. This is just something I'm playing, and, it's hit me a little harder than I expected. It's a little too close to home, that's why. But, we're here to have fun. We're here to have fun. Let's keep going. Following Hunter's example, I just went ahead and dove in. I didn't care about what I was trying to achieve. I didn't care about making a good impression. Even though what I did amounted to nothing but a mess, there was something pure in the experience of it. In a way, Hunter did end up teaching me something. It wasn't how to paint, it was how to let go. Maybe I wasn't quite ready yet to overcome all of my hang-ups, but every journey starts with a single step. You boys having fun? Uh-huh. That's probably your dad now. I'll go get the door. Hunter wasn't about to let him stop from completing his masterpiece, but something else did. After Hugh had left to answer the door, we heard muffled voices on the other side of it. I didn't think much of it at first. It was impossible to make out what they were saying, but I guess they were a little loud. Soon it wasn't just a little loud. Hey, Hunter, why don't we go and get you washed up, okay? Okay, Uncle Ashel. I hope things would die down soon. In the meantime, the bathroom was at least a little further removed from the door than the living room had been, and the running water helped mask the sounds from outside. Alright, I'm better now. I'm really, really sorry about that. It, that hit a little closer to home than I would have liked, what was being explained. If, if y'all don't know, I tend to judge myself very harshly, and I judge myself very harshly, especially about my current circumstances in life, and just in general, anything I really do, I always feel like it's more like a competition, and I've gotten to the point where I can't really do anything for fun compared to when I was younger. I could do stuff for fun and just enjoy it. It's a lot harder for me now to do stuff and just simply enjoy it. I don't know if anybody else has an issue at like who's my age. I'm sure there are people that do, but sometimes I just that was really hit me hard because I was like, wow, this is like literally something that's that it almost felt like it was almost like the villain was talking to me, and it's just I got a little emotional, but hopefully that won't scare people off. I enjoy making these videos for you guys. I really do. I do it for fun. When I first started, it was for views. It's not for views anymore. I just want you guys to have fun. I want you guys to enjoy, go to a world with me. I want I want everybody to just have a good time. That's what we're here for. We're having a good time. So, again, I'm sorry that I got a little emotional in this video. I'm not going to take it out because sometimes I like you to know that I am a person and I do have, emotions and stuff. But, just hopefully that didn't scare anybody off me kind of crying a little bit. So, But even then, Hunter was clearly agitated. Are you feeling okay, Hunter? I'm a little bit scared. It'll be alright, little guy. I tried to be reassuring, but I don't really know how to be. I don't like it when Dad and Uncle Yo fight. This happens a lot? Hunter nodded. I tried to take his mind off it by focusing more on scrubbing his little fingers clean of the paint. But by then the voices got even louder. Hey, Hunter, Hunter, Uncle Asher's gonna go see what the problem is, okay? Wipe your fingers clean on the towel and wait here, alright? Hunter nodded. It was a little heartbreaking to feel the little pup trembling. He was normally so talkative, but he barely spoke at all now. Oh, I found the two of them growling at each other just outside. Nope, I'll save that too. I know there's an issue. At each other just outside the door to the loft. He was someone who I assumed was Hunter's dad. He's my son. Don't forget that. I'd only caught the tail end of their conversation, so I wasn't exactly sure what they had been saying, but I didn't need to be. Will you two cut it out? I spoke in a hushed whisper, but my tone was still sharp and biting. I don't know what you two are arguing about, but there's a frightened little boy inside who wants you to stop. And just who the fuck are you? Oh, Asher. He's right, Cliff. Let's dial it back a bit. Hugh headed back inside. I followed the two dogs back inside, hoping that Hunter was faring a little better now. Sorry you had to see that, Asher. Not my finest moment. What was that all about? It's a little embarrassing, a grown man like me getting all worked up like that, but it's about Hunter. His dad, Cliff, wants to move their family out west. We've been butting heads over it since he first proposed the idea. I know we should be setting a better example in front of Hunter, but sometimes I lose control a little. I'm fiercely protective of family. Always have been. I think it just comes with the territory when you're in as big a family as mine. Cliff, well, I guess I sort of feel like he's taking family away. But he's Hunter's dad and I'm not. A fact that he likes to make abundantly clear. It's true that it's not my place to tell him how to raise his family. And as much as I love Hunter, he's not my son. While it might be selfish of me to put up what I want over what he wants for them, I do think it's a mistake to take him away from us. Why does he want to do this to begin with? Cliff didn't have the easiest childhood. He ran with some of the inner city gangs because he didn't think there was a future for himself otherwise. Don't let that out his demeanor make you quick to judge him, though. He really is a great dad and is only thinking of his son, but he's afraid that Hunter will end up going down the same path he did, and he thinks he can prevent that by moving away from an urban environment. I think it's short-sighted of him, and that with family like ours helping to take care of him, Hunter can't possibly go astray like that. I kind of understand where he's coming from. If it's a person that has been, like you said, in a gang, and he's like, growing up in the city, he had to, people like that had to join gangs to protect both themselves and have a life. It was either, join these gangs or, pretty much either with me or you're against me. And I understand he's worried about his son going down because they live in, apparently it's a city, he lives in an urban area, but I agree with Hugh, though. Hugh seems like he really cares about it, and I think with his guidance that he wouldn't go down that path. I think you're right. Just because he ended up mixed in with the wrong crowd doesn't mean Hunter will be the same way. There's plenty of kids in Clearmont who grew up on the right path. The people who love Hunter just have to be vigilant about it. Yeah, I just wish Cliff could understand that. I don't feel like we should. Let me see. I don't feel like we should talk about it because I feel like it's none of our business. I don't feel like this is none of our business. This is a family matter. None of our business. Much as I wanted to help Hugh, this was a family matter, and I was most definitely not family. I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do to help. Don't be sorry. It's not your problem. Let me see if I offer to talk what he says. I'm curious. Maybe I could talk to him about it. I don't know. If he won't listen to a family, would he listen to a stranger? We won't know if we don't try. Alright then. Alright, go ahead then. Just try not to make him angry, please. I've done that enough. Cliff. You're Asher, right? Did Hunter tell you about me? You know my name? Did Hunter talk to you about me? He did. Good things, I hope. Good enough. This was going to be a tough sell. So, Asher, you have something you want to say to me? Hugh told me about what you two were arguing about. Hugh needs to learn to keep his mouth shut. He might be family, but he's not Hunter's dad, so this ain't any of his business. Then he goes and gets you involved too, and you ain't even family. So, what's the deal then? You come here to chew me out over my son too? No, Hugh told me you were a great dad. Not at all. Hugh told me that you were a great dad and that you'd been looking out for your son's best interests. Hugh said that? Yeah, you might not see eye to eye on this issue, but it's not like he doesn't respect what you do for Hunter. Maybe because you guys are always at each other's throat, he never finds the time to tell you that, but he doesn't have a reason to lie to me. So anyway, what is it that you wanted? I'm not gonna hide it. I want you to reconsider. Reconsider ain't nothing to reconsider. We're moving and that's that. Have you asked Hunter is this what he wants? Have you asked Hunter if moving is really what he wants to do? The hell are you talking about? No, I haven't asked. Why would I? He's a 2-year-old. Let him continue. He doesn't know what's best for him. That's my responsibility. You're doing this for his sake, but you don't think it's worth asking if he's happier staying with his extended family? It seems to me like that'd be an important factor. If you asked me if I wanted to stay with my mom when we were threatened with a call to Child Protective Services to take me away, I would have said yes. In fact, I did say yes. Of course I would. I loved my mom, even if she wasn't good for me. Every day I wonder about how different my life would have been if I did ask to be taken away. Maybe I've had an easier time of it. Maybe you would have. Maybe you wouldn't. There's no way to tell for sure, but likewise, there's no way letting Hunter stay here will hurt him. You want me to take a fucking gamble on my kid's future? No fucking way. It's only a gamble if you don't believe that his family support won't be enough. I think you know my answer to that. Oh, let's go back. Nah. Okay, let's go back. Your mom raised you on her own? Yeah. Is that why you're so worried about Hunter? You didn't have a father to be a role model for you, and now you don't have confidence in your own ability as a father? Don't fucking try to psychoanalyze me. Sorry, I know it's probably more complicated than I don't know your whole history. But what I do know is that you don't seem to think you can keep Hunter out of trouble. If you did, why would you feel like you need to move? You think you're real smart, don't you? No, I don't. I don't have any deep insight. I'm just connecting the dots. I don't know what you're hoping to... Damn it. No, I have to figure... Okay, let me... I want to figure this out. I want to try to get him to stay. Because Hugh really wants him to stay. Interject. No, he's 2 3/4. He's very specific about that. He is, isn't he? Well, anyway. He doesn't know what's best for him. That way, we already did this. You're doing this for... Damn, so how do I... Alright, let's go all the way back. Because I feel like there's something I can do. Alright, I finally got it. Oh my gosh, people. I'm sorry. I think I finally started getting this. No, but we'll start looking once it's settled in. Okay, wait. What about your wife's job? You didn't mention anything. You didn't mention anything about your wife. Did she find new work yet? No, but we'll start looking once we're settled in. You don't think that's a problem? You're jeopardizing your financial situation by moving out of town just to set up somewhere else to run away from a problem that might not even exist. And who's to say you won't find the exact same issue whenever you end up? Or are you just gonna run again? Don't you think you'll have better luck just staying where you have the most help and the most support? Look, I get it, I really do. Raising a kid is a scary thing. I'm in awe of you, actually. I can tell you really turned your life around for your son. I can tell how much you care about him. But that's also precisely why I think Hunter will be alright staying here with you and the rest of your family. Not only is he surrounded by so many people who love and care for him, but he also has you. Dad'll do anything to keep his son safe. Oh my god, Gabe! Not today! I'm not crying again! Because I don't have a father like this. But anyway, that's not about me today. You might not believe in yourself or your ability as a father, but from what I've seen, I don't think Hunter could have asked for a better one. You really believe that shit you're spinning, don't you? Of course. Well, maybe I ought to start believing it too. I gave Cliff his space. I watched him make his way over to where Hugh was waiting. I couldn't quite make out what they were saying, but I had a feeling it was a much happier conversation than the one they had just minutes earlier. Holy hell, Asa! I don't know what you said to him, but you're really one of a kind. I never thought anything would change that stubborn dog's mind, but it seems like he's coming around. Nothing's for certain yet, but he told me that he has a lot to think about. No doubt something like this is something I'll have to talk over with my sister. But, you know, maybe we'll still be able to stick together after all. I'm just glad I could help. No need to be so modest, Asha. No, I really mean it. I feel like it's some kind of personal breakthrough for me. I always have so much trouble finding the right words whenever there's something at stake. But this time, things felt different. Yeah, well, maybe Cliff's not the only one that has a lot to think about then. Thanks, Asha. We might not have known each other very long, but you've been a good friend to me. It's a Hunter, too. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to repay you. It's hard to put into words the way I felt as I made my way home. I mean, there's always the trade old sayings. Lighter than air, floating on a cloud, that sort of thing. But I never really understood what those meant until now. So to describe it to someone who might not get it, let's just say I made a huge fool of myself singing my way all the way back home. I don't know if the heads I turned were approving or annoyed. It didn't matter. I truly knew what it meant to have a song in your heart, and I damn well made sure to share it with everyone. I have to stop. It's good. This is almost a 2-hour video. I have to stop, everyone. We're gonna stop here. I think this was a good time. Ooh, alright everyone. Besides the emotional thing that happened earlier, I hope that everyone enjoyed it. I really, really like this. Well done to Co. I'm not sure if this was a part from 5 years ago or not, or 4 years ago, before 4 years ago or not, but well done. I really got emotional. Granted that some of those issues were also stuff to do with me, but the storytelling is amazing. The wording is a little... I do think the pace is a little rushed. My slight gripe so far, the pace is a little rushed. I can't say anything about the words because the more fancy the words, the better the writer usually, most times. But my only real gripes would be the art is passable. It is, I would say, a good, not great quality. Rank 1 to 10, the art I would probably give a 7. 7 will be 7. Would give a 7. The music is easily amazing. There's no complaints with the music whatsoever. The music is great, especially the opening theme. The opening theme made me feel emotional from the jump. Music's easily a 10 out of 10. Story, 10 out of 10. Story's 10 out of 10. And the only issues I really have is the art, which it's not even that it's bad. It's just okay art. It's good art, not great. And the fact that I do feel like the pace is a little rushed in some ways, not all, but at some pages I'm like, wow, this is kind of rushed. But I do like what's going to happen. I'm excited to see where this keeps going. I'm excited to see what happens because I'm assuming there's different paths. And after we finish Asher, I'm very curious to see what Colby's route is like. I think that's his name, right? Nope. What I can't see it right now. I believe it's Colby. I'm excited to see what playing as Colby is like. For one thing right there, the fact that you play as 2 different MCs, and I guess it's different. It's based on their, it's through their eyes, is already an amazing work of art. You really did very well with yourself. I think you should please. I want to support this visual novel. I think everybody that watches this should support this visual novel. I think the cheapest is $3. I think you should support it. It's amazing. I felt emotion in this, and I haven't felt emotion in a visual novel in a long time, and I felt actual emotion. A lot of emotion. Like I said, granted, part of it is with issues that I deal with currently, it was bringing up, but that's all I have to say. I'm going to finish through Asher's route with this. I don't know what's going to happen, because right now it seems like I'm heading towards getting with Hugh. I don't know if there's a way later on that I'll be able to still stick with who, because the backstory is pretty much that they were a couple. Well, they weren't even quite a couple. It seemed like they were about. Asher wanted to be with him, and he couldn't find the courage to say that he wanted to be that with him, and they ended up staying friends, and now they're roommates and still friends. But he still has unrecuperated feelings apparently about that. It seemed like he still wants to actually be a couple. But that's all I'm gonna say. I've been talking for a while now. This is almost a 2-hour video. I gotta go edit this. I hope that everybody has a lovely, lovely day. Go outside, enjoy the weather. If any message we can take from this, go enjoy life. Please, not even about life being so short. Go enjoy life. I know from experience how hard it is to constantly not compare yourself and always wonder what's the point of you doing. The point of life is to have fun. That is my point. That is what I'm telling you. Go have fun. It doesn't matter if you suck at it. I don't care if you want to draw and you make stick figures. Go do it, please. If you want to watch all my videos, go ahead and do that. But please do, though, know that I love all of you so much with the bottom of my heart. When I say that, I mean that so much. From the bottom of my heart, I love each and every one of you that support me. And I'm sorry that sometimes I don't show it enough, because I might not even be here if it wasn't for you all, and that's honestly truth. So I love you all. I would give you, I can't really hug you from the screen, but I love you all so much, and let's all of us have a good time. Let's all of us have a good life, because we only get one, and we live it to the fullest. If you're worried about what people are going to think about stuff with you, don't even worry about it. I will always be there to support you. If nobody else, you can tell them that Fallenwolf will always support you. So anyway, with that being said, this has been Fallenwolf, and you've been part of the Fallen Pack. I'll see everyone next time. You take care of yourselves. Bye.